Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to be talking about blockades, and basically they're just pieces that block pawns. So basically, knights tend to be the best blockaders of chess because in chess, knights can jump over other pieces and their movement is not hindered by the pawn that they are blocking. And also blockading could also be pretty good for you because you don't want that pass pawn scoring a touchdown and being promoted. So I'm gonna be talking about more about blockading later. So let's get started. So as I said earlier, knights tend to be the best blockaders. So that knight on d6, the black knight on d6, is blocking that white pawn on d5. And it's kind of like preventing that white pawn on d5 from just getting past the 5th rank. And also, knights also tend to be great blockaders because they tend to also patrol other things as well. Like they're able to jump over that pawn that they are blocking and kind of threaten other places. So in this scenario, the knight on black knight on the d6, it's also attacking the white pawn on c4 and a white pawn on e4, and its movement is not hindered by the white pawn on d5. So it's not really that bad for the black knight. Black will probably like this position, and white will probably have to look at certain things. He will have to turn his attention to defending c4 and e4. Now this is the same exact scenario, except the queen and the knight has switched places. So in this case, the queen is the one that is blockading the white pawn on d5, and you can see here that the black queen is not enjoying as much freedom as the knight would have. If the knight was on d6, then it would have been jumping over all over the place. But now this black queen on d6, it really can't move a lot. The only places it could go are b8, c7, d7, d8, and that's about it. Only 4 squares. And so therefore its movement is kind of hindered. That white pawn on d5, if it moved away, the black queen would have been much happier to take the square on d4, and it would have a lot of potential over there. But no, this white pawn on d5 is kind of blocking the queen's movement. Now, remember on the previous board, the black queen, if it was on e7, it had so many other places to go. It had b7, c7, d7, d8, and e8, and it also had g5 and h4. So it had much more potential over there. Now this third board is from a Grandmaster game. So this is one scenario where white actually blockades black. And he does this by moving his bishop, which is on f1, and moving it to a6. And this is kind of useful for white because notice how this pawn on a7, it wanted to go to perhaps a5, and it would gain queenside space for black. But now with this bishop on a6, can't really move there anymore because now it's kind of like it's trapped. So it can't move to a5. If it was on a5, that pawn would have so much more potential, and basically that queen side would be like firmly in black's hold. Like he can move his rook on f8, move it to b8. So this blockading is also very good for like preventing attacks. Now this last position, basically here you see a lot of interlocking pawns, and you see that the knight, black knight on d7, it's blockading that pawn, the white pawn on d6. Now the white pawn is a passed pawn. It is like almost able to promote to a queen, and if it promotes to a queen, then black king will obviously be in danger because like white has way more space than black. So if you're playing against someone who's blockading one of your pawns, you obviously don't want that to happen. You want to like remove that blockader. You want to make sure like that your pawn is no longer being blocked. And so this is one example of how you could kind of like stop a blockade. So here it's white's move, and white can move here to d3. And now, I mean, black, he can't really do anything now, because now the white knight is threatening to move to c5, and the black knight will just be in danger. So honestly, black can't do anything at all. He could try to move his knight away, maybe up here somewhere. But then it's still gonna be kind of bad because look, white still takes this square on c5, and black can no longer like blockade. So let's say black tries to go for a nice square over here, and white just gets a passed pawn. I mean, black he could also go and try to go for a passed pawn and a promoted pawn, but here white gets it first, and that's going to be pretty unfortunate for black. Black could move here, check. Not sure why you would want to check, but yeah, let's say, well, this happens, and then it's pretty much done for black. Like, black really has no other fighting chance. He has a knight that can jump around, yeah, sure. Yeah, so white just goes in for the kill. I mean, like, white could just go here, or actually that would be a pretty bad idea. White could go here, and black will pretty much be dead. And this will happen, and knight just takes this pawn, and it's pretty much done for. I mean, black, he could just do this and try to check, but it's hopeless. This will happen, and black, I mean, he's probably gonna try to aid his king by moving his knight there, but like, it's really no use, because then checkmate follows. So I guess that'll be about it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it and learned a lot about blockading in chess. If you guys did, leave a like, subscribe, and click that notifications bell to see more